Well, very good morning, students. Let us enjoy a very nice lesson, a truly beautiful mind. This is very inspiring, very exhorting, and very deducting lesson. When you go through the lines, you will find that this lesson is full of so many beautiful things. Now there is a question. You may ask, there is a beautiful mind. So the word beauty is itself very unique, and so far beautiful mind concern a mind who is doing for the betterment of common people, for the world, and for the downtrodden, and giving something very nice for the nation, for the world. That mind is called a beautiful mind. Otherwise, only the faces and this corporate frame of anything like this, not well washed and beautiful, is not called beautiful. So a truly beautiful mind is a very nice lesson, very inspiring and very directing and very exhorting lesson. Though Einstein was an inborn genius, this is the whole lesson is revolving around Einstein, the greatest genius, scientist of the world. And though he was in his childhood, he was very dull, and he was not very playful as the children do. Though Einstein was an inborn genius, but during his childhood he was called brother boring, because he was not interested in any type of playing instrument, any type of game or play and playmate. But this is but one thing is very wonderful, that he was having a keen interest in so far the playing violin concern. So favorite pastime, his favorite pastime was violin, and he was enjoying violin like anything. Though common people, those who are very genius, such type, Einstein type of, they in their childhood they are very common as all the children, and these boys behave. But gradually, when the genius, if they grow, and when they grow, their whole talent just bloom like anything, and it is happening very nicely, very exactly. So far the life of the Einstein concerned. He was the man of science, he was the man of physics, he was the man of mathematics. If you minus Einstein, whole science, this whole physics will collapse. So well versed in physics and mathematics, he was so far the game concerned. So far he was not interested in ordinary toys as common children like. He was interested in very scientific toys, a scientific game, some mathematical solution like this, mathematical problem and solution like this. So he was well versed, and he was a man of physics and mathematics. And during his young period, he just met a very nice fellow, Mileva, and he married to Mileva. Einstein married to Mileva, and though this marriage life was not very happy, though Mileva and Einstein and Mileva had 2 sons, but finally there was divorce, and this marriage life was full of tragic, and there was no happiness in spite of the 2 sons. The life was not very happy and very smooth. Marriage life, so far marriage life concerned, it was not very happy and very smooth. And he is well known throughout the world, famous for theory of relativity. This is well known, and E = mc square, rather to say the whole science is, the whole physics is involving in this. And the man who was changed this whole theory, so far this cosmos concern, so far this time and space concern, the whole system, the whole theory, before this fellow, this genius was something else, but after Einstein, the whole the theory and the system and the the statement about this time and space and the cosmos was just totally changed, and Einstein, the name Einstein could become a synonym to genius, synonym to fertile brain and bright mind and genius mind, and man of caliber and man of this so far faculty of knowledge concerned. So famous for theory relative E bar of M is equal to m square, and it is very astounding and very startling that he was being a man of science. He was a very humanist. He was the man of compassion, benevolence, and a man of love and sympathy, and he was the staunch supporter of world peace. While the bombing was on Hiroshima and Nagasaki happened in 1946, he was not happy. He was shocked, and he wrote a letter to President USA regarding this world government. He was of the opinion of the world government. His standpoint was very supportive and very desiring so far the world government concerned, because after this bombing on Nagasaki, he was shocked like anything, and he wrote later, and though he was being a humanist, he was not in the opinion of the misuse of science, misuse of atom bomb, misuse of nuclear weapon, of thing like this. He was in the science and technology should be for the betterment of the people of the world, not for the destruction or any type of colonial destruction and disturbance of the world peace. He was the man of world peace and the democracy. He was after his during just during his end of life, he was educated too much about world peace and world democracy and the world government. He was just a strong supporter so far this humanity concerned, the world peace concerned. He was very much strong supporter so far the peace, the world government concerned. He was believing that science should work in the field of so far peace concern, so far construction concern, so far the development of the whole world concern. He was not in the opinion just against any type of destruction so far the development of science concern. So science is meant for the betterment of the common people, the world peace and the development of the world, not the destruction of the colossal and vast destruction of the world. So dear student, and he got Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize in 1921 on this his great contribution so far in the field of science concern. He got Nobel Prize in 1921, and he was well versed and he was very popular and loved by the whole world, you may say. Though if you compare his childhood, it is not very happy, but his teacher and headmaster, each and everyone, they just fed up that this fellow will not any good work, he will not succeed in life. But he proved his just after 14 or 15 years, he could prove his knowledge, and he could become synonymous and very similar to genius and the genius brain and the bright brain and the man of caliber and the man of this full of faculty. So his whole life is for the betterment of the common people, and he was rather to say a worshipper of science and technology, and the whole science is the whole physics is revolving like anything on his creation, and he will be remembered forever so far his contribution in the field of science concern. So you go through the lesson and go through the line and with proper introduction, modulation, and write in a very nice word so far the life of Einstein concern. It would be continued. Okay, thank you very much.